Hello and welcome. My guest this week is a man I've known for a long, long time, since we both played together for Fulham. Since that time, he's managed many, many clubs at home and abroad, internationally as well. And almost without exception, during that time, he's been successful. He's taken his knocks, but he's always come back again and won. Well, Bob, it's some years since we were in the Fulham team together, and I'm sure you've astonished our teammates from that time. Certainly I've been astonished at your career since then. Quite majestic, exciting, full of achievement, and at times I wonder whether that really is still appreciated at home. Just for the sake of that, can you go through, all right, we'll leave the brilliant goals you scored for Fulham and West Bromwich Albion and leave the playing career, and just let's start at the managerial career, if you would.
Well, it does take me back a long time, of course, but I think, like most jobs, I started with a sack at Fulham.
So I was trying to forget that.
Let's get that one in.
Very bad judgment at times at Fulham.
After 8 months. Yeah. So I learnt the hard way. Yeah. It wasn't always easy. And then I think the job which really turned my life, managerial-wise, the job at Ipswich. I was told it would be a very good place for you to learn how to be a manager, and that you would be given time and that you would work with good people. And those facts were true. I worked with the best people that you could ever work with in terms of a board of directors. I had time to work, time to build. And time is money, isn't it? If you haven't got money, you need time. So
yes.
We didn't have any money, but I had time. And I was there nearly 14 years. I was on a 10-year contract after 2 years. I then was offered the England job and was offered another 10-year contract to stay, because they didn't really want me to go, and I didn't know whether I wanted to go anyway.
Not many of those knocking around now, are there?
No, not 10 years. And if you get a 10-year contract now, take it, because you won't last 10 years. And but I had time to learn how to be a manager, how to handle players, how to coach, how to build a team. What styles are you going to play in the team? Look at your players, build a style, build a system around the players you've got. Because I built at Ipswich 4 different teams, I think, and 3 were very good teams.
But in learning, you won things. What did you win there? What did Ipswich do in those days?
Well, we did, of course, win the FA Cup against Arsenal when we were the underdogs. Nobody realised how good a team we were. We had a good team. And of course, we won a European Cup. We won the UEFA Cup. And I mean, for Ipswich Town to win a UEFA Cup was startling. Yeah. But again, people didn't quite understand the quality of the side. And in that year, we were a very, very good team with Mariner, Muir and Tyson, Gates, Johnny Walk, George Burley, Mickey Mills, Hunter and Beattie, and then followed by Osman and Butcher. And I think the beauty thing about Ipswich, Jimmy, was that we embarked on a youth policy because we had no money. And I had time for the youth policy to develop. As you know, if you're finding kids at 16, 17 years of age, or even lower, 15 years of age, it's going to take time. Those kids are not going to win the championship for you until they're 20, 21 or 22. Then they come into it. And they did, of course, with Gates and Burley and McCall, Butcher, Osman, and I can go on, and Clive Woods, Trevor Wymark. Yeah. We found some brilliant players.
Let's move on from there, because that really was remarkable. It came to an end, and where did you go?
Well, I was offered the England job. It was a difficult decision for me because I had a quality of life which was quite remarkable. And but how do you turn down your country? It is the most prestigious job in the country, I think.
The most difficult, perhaps?
It is the most difficult, but it is also the most important. And I did a bit of heart searching about it, but I came to the decision that if I didn't take it, one day in my rocking chair I'd be rocking away and thinking, well, I was offered the England job and didn't take it. Yeah. What a fool you were. Yeah. So I took it. So I went to England for 8 years. I lasted 2 World Cups. And it was a marvellous experience. I mean, I was working with now big players.
Your record during that period was pretty handsome, wasn't it? In terms of matches won and lost.
Yeah, I think so.
No, they're
Problem-
facts. They're facts. It's not a matter of thinking.
Well, we did qualify, and but for the hand of God in '86 with Maradona, we might have gone. Well, we would have gone further, and we were desperately unlucky 4 years later in Italia Noventa, in Italy, in 1990 with the penalty shootout, and I didn't lose too many matches. Don't think too many people realise that, but
No.
I didn't.
Well, we can put it on record now and just say, why is it? Why is it then that people don't realise the quality of your managership for England? Could it be something to do with the way it was written about?
Well, yeah, because I think the press brainwash the public and they educate the public. And if they're saying the football is bad and the manager isn't too good, people will believe that. If it's repeated, if it's in repetition, And Glenn Hoddle, as you know, has just gone through, I think, a terrible spell where he's been, semi-crucified really by the press, of which some seem to have got the power to, if they wish and if they want to continue it, maybe get him out, turn the public against him. Yeah. So it is a difficult job, and didn't we all have it?
That doesn't make it any easier, does it?
No,
I mean, you're trying to win matches.
No.
In other words, can you say, is it damaging then to a nation's chances of having a winning team?
Yes, it is, yeah. Yeah, it is, because it does rock the players. It does take away some confidence. They get angry about it as well. It can have an adverse effect where the players think, we'll show them or we'll do this, and they'll be more determined, highly motivated, have a bigger ambition perhaps. So it can work for you in a way, but if it's repeatedly going on, it can't help. Yeah. And it didn't help with me, it didn't help, I think, for the players. Yeah.
If it had helped and you'd gone on doing that job, you might never have had the enjoyment you've had from visiting other places. Where did you go from there?
Yeah, I didn't want to leave England, I have to say that. If I'd been asked to stay on, I would have stayed on, because at that time I felt nobody now in this country knew the England job better than I did. I'd had it for 8 years. Yeah. Who's got more experience than me? Nobody. So anyway, they decided that it was time to move, and maybe that was right for them, and I understood that. So I then had a decision to make. What do you do when you're being the England manager? What did Ron Greenwood do? What did Sir Alf do? What did Don Revie do? What did Walter Winterbottom do? What do you do when you're at the top? There's only one place to go, really, and that's kind of down, isn't it, somewhere? Yeah. What I didn't want to do was to go back into English football for a little while. I wanted to work abroad. I thought, right, let me go abroad. It's another education and it's another experience. And my word, it really is. So I decided I'll go abroad. And I got a very good offer to come here to PSV in Eindhoven, 15 minutes out of London Airport. Everybody speaks English. I like Dutch football. And I worked here for 2 years and I won the championship both years. I'd never won a championship in England, bedivilled with Ipswich. But if you remember, without boasting, my last 2 years at Ipswich, I actually, well, not me, but the club lost the English Championship on the last match of the season in the 2 last years of my life there. So Ipswich was that much from,
I can tell. It still rankles.
Oh, it still rankles.
You're not happy about it. No. Never mind the other achievements. Ipswich did not win the championship.
And we finished second, once to Liverpool, once to Aston Villa, on the last match of the season. Lost it on the last match. So it was a fairy tale, Ipswich.
There must have been something that struck you straight away, coming from England and all of a sudden in Holland. Systems, the way in which they train maybe, the way in which they're brought up. Were there different things that struck you?
Here, you're the trainer. You're not the manager. My name here, I'm the trainer. In Barcelona, I was the trainador, okay? So you're not the manager. The manager is the guy who basically runs the club. I run the team. That's the difference. And in England, you did it at Coventry. You not only run the team in England, but you also run the club. I did that at Ipswich for 14 years. I was the manager of the club.
Yeah. But a choice, say, Ronaldo or whatever?
The story with Ronaldo, I spoke to the president, said, look, I want him. Can you get him? Do you have the money? He did the deal. I kept pushing him because it went to $10 million, $12 million, $14 million. He kept saying to me, are you sure? And I kept saying, yes. Have you the money? Yes. If you have the money, pay it. Let's get him here. So I pushed him, but he did the business. And, you know, and when he had to go, again, the chairman kept me pretty much involved in what was happening to some degree, not all of it, but I have found out that abroad, not to be able to buy and sell players doesn't worry you. Doesn't worry me.
No.
Didn't worry me. As long as I kept in touch, that what was happening in the club suited me and it was right.
So in a way, there's less stress about managing abroad than there is back home.
Yes.
Would you recommend that? Would
Yes.
you recommend that as a way?
Sure.
Of, right.
Because what happens, and I bet it happens with Alex Ferguson, it happened to me at Ipswich towards the end of my life spell at Ipswich, is that because the club gets bigger and bigger, and Ipswich was growing. I mean, isn't Manchester United a big club? Isn't Liverpool a big club? Isn't it a big club at Tottenham and Arsenal? What happens as a manager is that you get taken away from the very thing which attracted you to the club in the first place, which was working with the players. Yeah. Suddenly you're not working with the players, you're saying to your coach, take them this morning, do this, do that, because I've got things upstairs which need to be done. Yeah. Once you start drifting away from the team, I think you lose the glory and the pleasure and the enjoyment of working with the players.
Does it make any difference which country? I mean, whether it's Spain or whether it's Holland or anywhere, can you put your theories into practice there completely freely?
Oh yes, I mean you have no pressure, no interference from the president in all the clubs that I work for. I mean in Barcelona, the biggest club in the world, arguably, in my opinion, it is the biggest. But I mean, and I would have some conversations with the president, the vice president, but never about the composition of the team. What am I going to do for next Saturday? What did I think about? No interference at all, I can tell you. So at Barcelona, you are in charge of the team, but you live and you fall on results. You have to know that.
Yeah.
You know, but
seems a contrast from the chairman of Ipswich when you were there.
Oh,
John
yes.
Cobbold,
yes.
who was a wonderful character, was he not?
Oh, he was the greatest man I've ever met.
Describe him to the world.
They've broken the mould for people like him. There is not another Johnny Cobbold or a Patrick Cobbold, I think, ever again in football.
Yeah. And they gave you that freedom.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were wonderful. I mean, I remember one day we were at Leicester, playing Leicester, and we were 2 down after 20 minutes. And Leicester are playing in blue, and we've had to change because we normally play in blue, and we're now in yellow. And Johnny Cobbold says to me after 20 minutes, when we're losing 2-0, he says, Bobby, he says, the team are playing very enterprising right now. Have you done something different with it? And I suddenly realised he thought we were winning 2-0. And I said to him, Mr. John, we're playing in yellow and we're losing 2-0. Oh my God, he said, are we really? That was Johnny Cobbold, and it's absolutely the truth.
Yeah. Well, I know that your contract here, or the understanding was that you would help them out for a brief period of time until they appoint someone else. If I've got that wrong, tell me. But I understood that was the situation. And so really, you are going to become available in a short space of time. Now, you must be over 40 by now.
Yes.
Does the thought ever occur to you that maybe I should take myself away from that pressure of managing in the way that you manage? Or are you looking for another job? I don't mean looking. I mean, someone came to you tomorrow morning and said, right, when you've finished here, I've got the job for you.
I would take it.
And out on in your tracksuit?
Yes. But that's what I enjoy anyway. I mean, that's my buzz. That's the drug in me. I'm still immersed in it. I'm sorry to have to tell you that.
Don't apologise.
My family,
you can apologise to your family.
You're crazy, you know. When are you going to pack it in and play golf and have holidays and see the family more? And those things are very important. I think to myself, I should do that sometimes. But I'm still very much in love with it, you know, and I like it. The life in me is the life of football. So at the end of the year, I don't have to worry what is going to happen about me. I work because I like to work, not because I have to. So I'm in a lovely position here. But I will wait to see what the end of season brings. I'll wait to see which way the ball bounces. I will wait to see what is available. And if it's nothing which suits me, then I won't do anything. If it's and I mean a big job, because I did the the hard bit at Ipswich, you know, for
Yeah,
10 years.
yeah.
Working youth policies, no money, on the pitch every day.
You've served your apprenticeship.
I served my apprenticeship, yeah. And the people at Crewe and the people at Halifax and the people at Plymouth do great jobs, in football, those guys, you know, working away every day without money. So I know there's more pressure at the top, but it's better at the top. And so I will wait until the beginning of next year and see what happens. I mean, I did that at the end of last year, but I looked at the English scene and everything was tied up. You know, Dalglish was in Newcastle, Arsene Wenger's in Arsenal, Alex is always forever in Man United, Roy Evans is at Liverpool,
Yes,
nothing's going to break.
No,
so
you will have noticed that the rate of changing
Yeah.
managers has increased slightly
Yes.
in the last couple of years.
Yes, it has.
You don't last very long
No.
if you have a few losing matches.
Yeah.
Is that a good trend, or is it just panic and is only really liable to get more clubs into worse trouble than solve their problems? You talked about 14 years at Ipswich
Yes.
to build from the
Yes.
bottom.
Yes.
Well, surely that must go out of it with managers coming in and looking at their back if they lose 3 matches in a row.
Yeah, well, it's changing. The pressure of the game has increased dramatically. It's not a sport anymore. It's part sport. But there's a big percentage of that now in terms of it just being business.
Yeah.
We're talking about floating the club now on stock markets. I mean, Johnny Cobble would turn over in his grave. Thinking about that, and he always said at Ipswich the manager should have, like a cat, he should have 9 lives. You know, so he has 9 chances to get it right. So if you fail the first 3, don't worry. I mean, I once lost 4 games on the trot at Ipswich, and he came to see me and he said, "Are you worried?" And I said, "No, I'm concerned." Oh, he said, "Good. If you're worried, I'm coming in tomorrow and I'm going to put 3 more years on your contract." Now, what chairman would do that? And I looked at him. So I lost again, so I lost 5 on the trot. So I saw him the next week. I said, "Listen, I'm now worried, so I better have 3 more years on my contract."
Never miss an open goal situation.
That's
Bob.
right. That's right. But now it's changed. I mean,
On the field of play, the World Cup this time round, refereeing decisions played a big part in it in a way. Players diving, all those kinds of things. Have you any wishes in that area that you would like to see things changed? I mean, you think the standard of refereeing has a bad effect maybe on the way the game is played?
yeah, I'd say this. I don't think refereeing has improved, to be honest. And I've been a victim of so many incidents this season already. I think whereas the game has improved technically, tactically, athletically, I'm not so sure that our standard of refereeing throughout the world has improved. Maybe they need some more assistance. Maybe we need time to get onto 2 referees on a pitch and not 1. I don't think they can keep up with the play, to be honest. The game is so fast. You get caught on the rebound, on the counter-attack, and the referee's 40 yards behind the play. I think we have to look at that. I hate players, as I saw in the World Cup, being fouled and then asking the referee to take that player's name.
Yeah.
Simple remedy, the player who asks the referee to take that player's name gets his name taken.
Yeah.
Take it immediately.
Just 2 wishes for football in the future. I know one for you. You'd love to be the coach of a team in England that won the championship, wouldn't you? Again?
Yeah, I would have loved to have won the English championship because I won the championship here in Holland. I won it in Porto.
Yeah.
I would have won it in Lisbon if I had a good chairman, because I got sacked in Lisbon when I was top of the league after losing 1 game.
That'll teach you.
Yes, after losing 1 game in Europe. So don't lose 1 game in Europe because you lose your job. The fact that you're top of the league doesn't matter. And then I went to, I won 2 championships in the Portuguese Cup with Porto, which was a fabulous spell of my life. Loved it very much. I like the Portuguese style of living, and I like the Portuguese football. Different football, Jimmy. We press and go for it. Portuguese football is a defensive game of football, but they counter-attack. And you have to learn that.
Yeah.
You know, they don't press, they don't chase loose balls. We chase loose balls, use our energy, and get bypassed the ball. Now, ball is lost, let them have it, come back, get solid, make the team come back, wait for the bad pass, intercept it, and go. That's how they play football. And I learned that. And so there you are, you think you're the England manager, you think you know everything about football, but I learned things abroad. For me, it was what I said to you. It was a different education, and it was a fantastic experience. So I've enjoyed my life abroad. And then I went to Barcelona, and I won a European Cup, and I won the Spanish Cup. I finished second in the league to Real Madrid. We played 14 games more than they did that year. Yeah. And I nearly wiped the board. I mean, I won 3 tournaments. I won the Super Cup, not I, the team. And we nearly swept the whole board. We finished 2 points behind Real Madrid. So it was a fabulous part of my life. And I've had that. I've had 100,000 people doing that to me, which means bad performance, get rid of the coach. And I've had that to me, which is the exact opposite. Brilliant performance, the coach is unbelievable. You know, football, eh? And
you still have the energy and the enthusiasm.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's why I want to keep going. I've had 2 scares in my life, and you know about that. But I'm in great shape.
Still there.
I'm in wonderful shape. The game keeps me young. I work with young players. I have to be alert, because if you're not, you know, they kill you. They're clever, the players, aren't they?
Certainly do.
They are clever and they are bright. And if you're not alert, they will bury you, but they don't bury me.
Listen, it's not the players that worry me about whether you should still manage. You know what worries me?
No.
What does Elsie think?
Oh, well. Yeah.
Hey?
Well,
I bet she says no.
No, for sure.
She's suffered a bit, with the ups and downs of the years.
What are we doing here? Why do we have to be here? You know, is the question. You know, we have a lovely home in England, and we have children there. You know, do you remember? Yes, dear.
Bob, on behalf of everyone from Ipswich, you know, from all the clubs and from England too, if I might sort of express all their views, thank you for what you've done, and you should have your wish in the future. But let's hope it's a good club.
Thank you very much.